Okay guys, so today's job is to replace this brand new radiator with another brand new radiator. So what's happened is since we installed this radiator for this customer, they've ordered a sofa now and it's measured it wall to wall near enough. So they're going to have a sofa coming across from that wall all the way reaching there, and then they realised that there is a radiator in the way. So in this room there isn't any other place to put a radiator. So customers decided to have a radiator, a vertical radiator, on the wall here. So we've ordered a new radiator for the customer. So yeah, I've got it in, and it's a 1800 by 515 double column vertical radiator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and I'll show you how we're going to hang this radiator on the wall. That needs to be removed, the pipework needs to be relocated, but I'm hoping that it should be simple enough as the pipework is running kind of in this direction. One pipe's feeding in here and then another pipe's going that way. So we should be able to just cut this pipework somewhere here and reroute it. Little challenge we have that we need to be mindful of is this electrical point. It must have been for the light switch at some stage, at one stage when the door opened this way, but then it's been relocated since. So that's the new lighting position for it. So we just need to be mindful that we don't end up drilling in this vicinity. So the safe zone for electricity, if you see any electrical switch gear, is top, bottom, left and right basically, and 6 inches from any corners, internal or external. So for example, if you wanted to avoid drilling, you want to leave 150 mil from the top, 150 mil from the side, 150 mil from this side, and that anything outside of that area becomes your safe zone. I hope that makes sense, but if it doesn't and you want to know more about it, do drop me a line. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open this up, one, to ensure that there are cables in it, and secondly, if these cables are live, and then we can kind of plan ahead, because otherwise there is a possibility when we put the radiator on the wall that our brackets may come somewhere where we need to drill into this area anyway. But we just need to double check. If there are cables, then we have no choice. We can't drill into this section here. Then we'll have to find an alternative. But let's see. And also, when we open that up, it will tell us if the cables are coming from the side, bottom, left, right, so or the top, for example. So it will just give us an idea. So let me just open it up and have a quick look. Okay, so I'm going to be using my CK battery operated screwdriver for it. I find this extremely useful. So let's just open it and have a quick look. Okay. So yes, we do have some cables. What we're going to do is, using our non-contact wall stick, I think you can possibly hear it. So there are cables, these cables are live, and let's just have a look at the route as well. So these cables are coming from the top on the left. So we literally need to avoid drilling into this area here. Okay, so that's the plan. So let's just open up the radiator and let's see what we're up against here. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've opened up the radiator and I've mounted 2 top brackets on. So this is how I do it. I like to just put 2 top brackets on and then hang the radiator, mark the bottom 2 brackets, and that way it just makes it slightly easier. So we managed to avoid the cables. If you have a look at the center line, so that's the center line of the radiator, but if we follow the edge of this safe zone, you will find that that's where the line is. Now I didn't want to put the bracket on the inside. I couldn't have gone any out towards the left. I could have gone towards the right, but then the bracket wouldn't have been in the center of the radiator, or equally distant. It wouldn't have looked nice. So what I did is I carefully drilled that hole halfway, then I exposed a bit more with the screwdriver, just to make sure there's no cables behind it before I drilled it further. So we managed to avoid it, but yeah, that's how you need to be careful with cables and stuff like that, just in case if you drill into it. So this is right on the edge, and I confirm that there's no cable there. So top two brackets on. I'm just going to hang this radiator now, and then we're going to put bottom two brackets, and I'll take it from there. Okay, so as you can see, the radiator's on the wall now, just hanging off top two brackets. And what I've done is, at the bottom, you can just simply put these brackets in place and put a mark. So I've already put those marks there. So I've got 2 marks here and 2 marks just there. And that way I find it's a lot easier, rather than having to measure up and get it wrong and stuff like that. Just simply put 2 top brackets on and hang the radiator, mark the 2 bottom ones, and that's it. It does the job. And as you can see, this bracket here is on the edge of that socket behind it, that kind of switch point. Now, I didn't want to go any further out because then it would have been on the edge. But I also, if I wanted to come in and kind of avoid all of that completely, then that would have meant that I had to put a bracket in here, and that wouldn't have looked very nice. So that's why I drilled that hole carefully and managed to get it through. So we're just going to put 2 bottom brackets on. We're going to remove that radiator, drain the system, remove that radiator, and reroute the pipework to here. So now the radiator's on the wall, and it's time to put some valves, to connect some valves to it. And I'm going to be using Rapid Blue for it. I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so all I do is I use Rapid Blue stuff. Don't worry about putting too much, as far as you're not putting it inside the fitting. You can always wipe it off. Just make sure it's gone in the threads. That's it. That goes in its slot. Screw it as far as it goes, and you don't need to get it too tight. That's it, hand tight small enough, and the excess can easily be wiped off. And just allow it a few minutes to dry, and that will do the job. Same again on the second one. So no need to worry about PTFEs and get so many turns and stuff like that. Just use this stuff. It's really good. It can be used on water and gas. And I've been using it for about the last 3 years. I've not had a single fitting leaking on me. So, and if it does ever, I will let you know. That's it. It's as easy as that. Wipe the excess off. And your valve tails are in now. You may be wondering if I have enough space on this side for the valve, and yes I do. I measured it, and I just had to offset this radiator just slightly, like 1.5 centimeters, to achieve enough space on this side. Otherwise the pipe would have landed on top of that radiator skirting. So the radiator pipe would have landed there, which we didn't want, so we just ensured that we have enough space. All done, new radiator, that's how it looks like now, all piped up. Remove the old radiator, refill the heating system back up, purged all the air out of all the radiators, turned boiler on, and everything's working as it should. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.